Ledger had some major announcements this week, and not only did they launch the touchscreen device we've all been waiting for at an affordable price range, but also redefined the concept of hardware wallets as a whole. In this video, I'm going to explain everything that happened, everything they announced, and show you what the new device is about, what the features are, and why this could be the best piece for your buck. Let's get going. Now, one of the most interesting announcements Ledger made was the terminology change for its devices. You see, Ledger is a hardware wallet company, but instead of calling their devices hardware wallets, going forward, they will be calling them signers. They don't change how ledgers work, they just change the actual terminology of the devices. The idea behind is that these devices will serve a much broader purpose than just be a hardware wallet. The term hardware wallet suggests that the device only stores crypto, but in reality, these devices are able to sign transactions, connect to apps, verify logins, and interact with smart contracts, not only in Web3, but also able to be verifying devices for you in the Web2 world in your favorite applications. Now, for day-to-day use, obviously they will need devices that are extremely easy and user-friendly, and that leads me into the next announcement, which is a new Ledger device, the Ledger Nano Gen 5. Now, I'm super excited for this, and I'll tell you why. I use Ledger since 2017. I have all the ledgers available, and I'm using on a day-to-day basis the Ledger stacks. But I understand that it's quite expensive. So I've been telling Ledger as well, and I know a lot of people have, that you need to put out a touchscreen device that has the same capabilities as your Ledger Flex or Ledger stacks, but at a lower price range. And this is the actual device. So not only this device comes in 50% cheaper than the Ledger Flex, which is the first step in basically for the touchscreen ledgers, it is also lighter and has all the premium features, including touchscreen display, USB-C, Bluetooth, NFC connectivity, and the same battery capacity as the higher end models, which I love. So enough of it, I actually want to open it. Let's open this device. First up, if you have been following my tutorials, you've seen me unbox the Ledger Flex, the Ledger stacks. The box seems to be very similar. It might be a little bit smaller, but the feel is very, very similar. Let me open it up. I have not seen this device yet, so bear with me here. Very sleek Ledger packaging, like the Apple style of packaging. I always said that. Ledger is like the Apple of the crypto world. Okay, this is the actual device. It feels super weird. So first feeling, it is plastic. So I'm used to my Ledger stacks, which is all metal around, and the Flex. It is plastic, but I'm not saying it's bad. It's actually an interesting feeling. It feels like a remote control in a good way. It has one button on the side, which is going to be the turn on button, and it has this little feature again, so you can carry it around. I know that the glass is made of Gorilla Glass, the same glass that protects your iPhone, so it's a very durable material. And even though it's plastic, it feels very durable. It feels very strong as the material. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Recovery key. I have made a full tutorial on the recovery key. You can check it out. This is basically allowing you to have all your seed phrase on this card, and you don't have to just write them down all the time. You can just touch it to the device. I'm going to show you how to do that very soon, so you don't have to worry about your recovery phrase. Of course, you do have the documentation, all the stuff that you need. Within this, you will have the tutorials and whatnot. You don't need that because you're watching the show. And you have the recovery sheet as well. 3 pieces as far as I know. Yes, 3 pieces, and you have the USB-C cable as well. Let's put all this aside because I only need the actual device. So the first thing that comes to mind is how small this device is. I mean, small in a good way. If you look at it, I have a bank card here, and if you look at it comparatively, it's smaller than a bank card. Obviously, it's much thicker, but in size, this literally just fits into your pocket. At the same time, as I said, the Gorilla Glass, like on your iPhone, is very durable, and the plastic doesn't feel plasticky at all. Like, it doesn't even crack. It doesn't even have any of the bad sounds to it, but has all the features and all the cool stuff. Now, going back to the size, it has almost the same size as the Ledger Flex. It's 2.76 inches, while the Flex is 2.84 inches, so there's a tiny bit of a difference. But it's 11 grams lighter than the Flex, weighing only 46 grams. Now, again, talking about the metal, probably the plastic makes it a little bit lighter, which is pretty cool. But again, it's like very, very light. I also like the lightness of the Flex and the stacks as well. So let's turn on the device. So on the side, there is the power on button. I push that, and it comes on, and it's actually beautiful. So this is one of the things that I've been a little bit concerned about, because the pixel density on this device is lower than on the Ledger Flex and of course the Ledger Stacks, meaning that the images, the icons, the letters are not as sharp, not as clean as I was reading through. But opening it up, yes, it does feel a little bit more blurrish-ish, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be honest. It's pretty cool. Now, also you have to know that the resolution is downgraded from 480 by 600 on the Ledger Flex to 400 by 300 on this Nano device, which means, again, less quality in terms of image quality and sharpness, but it is perfect for what it is. I thought it was going to be much worse, so shout out to Ledger, it's awesome. Also important to know, one more thing, that it only supports 2 sets of grays, 2 shades of gray. 50 shades of gray, you know, that would be crazy. But compared to 16 grays on the Ledger Flex and the Ledger Stacks, again, just the image quality might be a little bit lower, but I immediately now, my eye got used to this, even though I use the Ledger Stacks all the time. Got used to it. It's not disturbing at all. So I'm clicking through, I can tell you more things about it. So the protective layer, they do have this, if I take this off actually, I think it will be much more visible, but they do have this anti-glaring technology. I don't know if you actually see it, but it doesn't reflect, so you can use it out in the sun. It's also an e-ink technology. That's the same thing that you have in the Amazon Kindle or also on the Flex and the Stacks that you could have seen in my previous tutorials. The battery itself is pretty cool as well. It's 190 mAh, which is like milliamp per hour. If you compare that to an iPhone having 4700 milliampere hour, it's pretty awesome knowing that this thing runs 10 hours straight. So as I'm clicking through, it works exactly as a Nano Stacks or Flex. You can decide what you want to set it up with. I'm just going to select the Ledger Wallet app. Also talking a bit more about the design while we click through here is that they have magnets up here built in, meaning you can get a magnetic case for it, and that means it's a very similar case than you have with the Ledger Stacks or the Flex. I do recommend you get it. Again, it's very, very doable, but I still think it's a great idea if you want to protect it. And talking about design, there is this little hole on the bottom right here. Now, if you look at this, this could be a keychain thing as well. As I said, you can just put it in and just carry if you want. I think it's a cool feature as well. I would not probably carry it as on a keychain or whatever, but what this is designed to do is to hold your badges. So Ledger is gamifying this experience a little bit. They have these little badges that you can add here. They have a limited edition running now with Susan Kayer's design. She's the one who originally designed the Apple Macintosh icons. They cost around 20 bucks for like a pack of 3, so you can check those out as well. You can have personalized icons and personalized badges, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna come out with more and more different badges. So it's just a little cool addition to this. Okay, so now I got to the Ledger Wallet app mobile. Now you might be noticing that it doesn't say Ledger Live as it used to say. It says Ledger Wallet app. The reason why it says that is because Ledger is rebranding the Ledger Live to Ledger Wallet to be much more accessible and prepare much more onto the Web3 side. So going from just a hardware wallet, store your crypto, whatever kind of interface, into a much more user-friendly, much more Web3 approach that will allow you to carry on daily transactions and do everything on the day-to-day basis that you need to do. Now again, unfortunately, I'm recording this before this whole thing comes out, so I don't have access to the actual software. But once it happens, just subscribe to the channel, follow me on X, and I'll make sure to update you when that happens. So I'm gonna have a complete overview on the actual wallet app and what the upgrade is and how you can use it with this. Now, why do I think this could be a very great opportunity for any of you who do not have a Ledger device, or you have a Ledger Nano S, or you have a Nano Ledger X? First thing is the clear signing. Now, there are a lot of different hardware wallets out there, and probably all of them have great features. What I really like about Ledger is that they created something called the clear signing, which means that the built-in chip is separate from where you store your seed phrases, and it actually gives it back to you on this massive touchscreen. It tells you exactly what you're signing, and if you have anything malicious that you want to sign or you would sign mistakenly, it will alert you and it will tell you that you should not actually sign that. I love this feature, and it is included in this touchscreen device as well. Previously, it was only available in the Flex and the Stacks. Now, within this, but not really, there is another feature called transaction check. This automatically analyzes all Ethereum transactions for potential threats before you sign them. So again, it's not just the clear sign that it shows exactly what you're signing and all the underlying things, but it alerts you if there is a threat to your transaction. Again, it's pretty cool, involved in the clear signing, but still a little bit different. Same, but different, also included in this device. Third is the Ledger security key. Now, as I said, Ledger is moving much more towards being signers rather than just being hardware wallets. Signers mean that you can use these devices as a two-factor or multi-factor authentication devices instead of using Google 2FA on your phone as an application. This means that you can just carry this device, touch it to your phone, and give access or log in with multi-factor authentication to your Facebook, to your Gmail, and wherever you are. Now, I use two-factor authentication to every single thing that I have, whether it's Twitter, Gmail, whatever that might be. So having a physical device actually makes it pretty interesting because you do not have to have a software-based application like the two-factor authentication, but you can have a device that has a secret element in it. Super interesting. I don't know how this will be adopted, but seeing that Ledger is moving more and more into this, I'm going to try experimenting with it and let you know how I feel about this. 4, Ledger recovery key. So now again, you do have these little sheets that you can use to write down your seed phrase, but I know so many people who wrote them wrong, who lost them, burned the house, dog ate them. Now you do have something called the Ledger recovery that is only working with touchscreen devices. When you set up the device, you simply have to just touch it to it. It will recover or save your seed phrases onto this recovery key, and you can back it up by simply touching onto it. It's a secure element, no one can get access to it, and it is still full self-custody. So you don't have to worry about writing down the words wrong or doing anything that might damage your seed phrase and therefore access to your accounts. So this is one of the big selling points for me on getting a touchscreen device, especially at this price range. Okay, so final thoughts on this little device. I'll be very honest with you. I thought it was gonna be much shittier, and I'm just being very transparent. I've been with Ledger since 2017. I've been using Ledger since 2017. Been working with them for the past year. This is not a sponsored video, by the way, in any shape or form. We do have an affiliate link in the description if you want to support the channel, and if you want to get yourself one of these, you can. But when I got my hand on this device, I actually texted 𝗟𝗘𝗙𝗏 at Ledger and I said, hey, like, if this does all the things that the higher end device is, why would I actually get a higher end device? Now, I'll be completely transparent with you. I love my Ledger stacks. Like, that's just the Ledger stacks with the curved screen. You can stack them on each other. It's like a premium feel, beautiful thing. You can set it, like, everything is just perfect about the Ledger stacks. But I understand that it can be quite pricey for someone who doesn't necessarily want to spend that much money on a device. But getting a touchscreen device for 50% cheaper that does not feel cheap, does have a very strong glass. Even the screen that is, yes, lower resolution, yes, lower rate of the pixels, still feels absolutely premium, which is amazing. I think Ledger did a very good job here. I think the move into more of being a signer, talking about Web 2 or even Web 3 applications being multi-factor authentication, not only just the hardware wallet, is a very smart move, and you do feel that on the device. So I do recommend checking them out. There's a link in the description. Again, if you want to get an affordable touchscreen device that does have the secure element in it with clear signing and whatnot, perfect. I genuinely recommend this. If you want something more premium, more thicker, more better looking with a curved screen, whatever, you can get yourself a stacks. I will use the stacks, but if I was to choose, for example, to get one for my dad, I would probably get this because it's durable, it is not heavy, it is not as heavy as the stacks or as the flex, and also it just does the work. It's amazing. So shout out to Ledger. Also shout out for them for sending me this device before anybody got it. Super grateful. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be experimenting with this. Let me know what you think. If you wanted to learn more about any of these, if you wanna learn more about the new wallet update, let me know as well. And also make sure to follow me on X. There is a link in the description, but also you can see it written here. Make sure to check this video, which is going to be my trading channel, the daily updates that I do every single day, so you can be up to date with the market. And also you can check this video, which is going to be about the previous Ledger tutorials that I've done, why Ledger, how Ledger, and I think this is going to be Ledger Flex. So go and check that out. Also subscribe to the channel. Guys, truly, truly, truly appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.